reports of another shooting in the 11th district. Any more you can add at the moment, Martin?
Yes, the latest reports say that a man has taken a hostage after a shooting in what's described as a grocer's, a Jewish grocer's store of some description. This is likely to be updated very shortly, but that's as much as we know at the moment. Now, whether this is gunman who was being sought after the shooting of the French policewoman yesterday morning in the south of Paris, it could possibly be part of that. Don't forget that after the Charlie Hebdo shooting on Wednesday, the Prime Minister said that the worst thing that they feared was another attack. Of course, they did have one, the shooting of Clarissa Jean-Philippe, the policewoman, yesterday morning, and now this appears to be a third, just described as a shooting. We don't know whether anybody's been hurt, but the latest is that it is another hostage situation, but that's as much of the detail that we know at the moment. But if it is established that connected or not with the two previous shootings, it would begin to look like what authorities have long feared, not just in France but in the rest of Europe, of a Mumbai-style series of attacks scattered around a city, stretching police forces, security forces to try to cope, and perhaps the possibility of being drawn into even more attacks.
Martin, certainly news agencies, AFP and others, are reporting that the authorities believe that the gunman involved here was was involved in the shooting of the policewoman yesterday morning in southern Paris, in Montrouge. And as you suggest there, it does throw out the possibility of more than one small terror cell in operation here.
Yes, well, an hour or so ago, the authorities here did say that they had identified the gunman they were hunting from yesterday's shooting of the policewoman. They had linked him to the Kouachi brothers, certainly the younger, Sharif, the younger of the two brothers, and suggested that they were part of a jihadi cell. Remember, Sharif went to prison here in France in 2008 for his involvement in recruiting jihadis to fight in Iraq soon after the American invasion there. Something else just coming into me, Jeremy, is that somebody has been wounded in this latest shooting in the east of Paris. Somebody's wounded, I'm told, no confirmation of anybody being killed. But yes, again, a suggestion that the gunman responsible for this latest third shooting in the east of Paris, who's said to have a hostage, believed to be the gunman that was being hunted since yesterday's shooting of the policewoman in the south of Paris. A man described by witnesses at the scene yesterday as, I think, of North African appearance, in his 50s, wearing a bulletproof vest, using an assault rifle in the shooting in the head of that policewoman, Clarissa.
That, Martin, sounds familiar, doesn't it? That same description of the gunman of being well armed, wearing black, with bulletproof vests and so on, very much like the Kouachi brothers. There are similarities that suggest that this could be linked, perhaps even coordinated, and no doubt the authorities are on even higher alert now in case these two, there are two separate cells or perhaps even more, as you say. The concern will be whether this has got wider implications.
Yes, the idea long feared that a city like Paris could be the scene of a Mumbai-style attack. Remember the shootings and bombings in the Indian city some years ago, where a number of people were killed, particularly around a travel hub, a railway station. It's difficult to imagine that the security level could go any higher in Paris at the moment. It is, well, in effect it can't, because it is at the highest level, with security upped at many areas around the city, particularly media centres, but also railway stations, bus stations. There has been, since Wednesday's shooting at Charlie Hebdo, real concern that could have been the start of a wave of attacks, and it's beginning to look like that's exactly what's happening. Whether this hostage situation in the east of the city will be the end of it, security forces will clearly hope that it is, but they will inevitably be on guard for more of the same.